My name is Dave Reed. I am down here in sunny Florida, working for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission's Fish and Wildlife Research Institute, just south of Tampa in St. Petersburg. But I also wear a different hat, not necessarily like the one I'm wearing now, but I co-chair the data and monitoring team, which is one of the 6 priority issue teams for the Gulf of Mexico Alliance. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Alliance, it is a regional ocean partnership working to sustain the resources of the Gulf of Mexico, led by the 5 northern Gulf states. This broad partnership network includes federal agencies, state agencies, academics, NGOs, businesses, and other nonprofits in the region. Our goal specifically is to significantly increase regional collaboration and to enhance the environmental and economic health of the Gulf of Mexico. So every year we get together and we have an all-hands meeting, and about 5 years ago we started hosting a tools cafe and one evening during the all-hands meeting. And so it became a huge success. And for those that like to see statistics, I'll just throw you some numbers up on the screen. You can see that over the time we've had about 126 tools that we've showcased at the Tools Cafe events. About 73 are unique. This year, the numbers always seem to change a bit, but you can see that we're pretty equally divided among the state, federal, and NGO type of categories. But you'll also see that, and these are strictly arbitrary breakdowns, the types of tools that are normally on display and showcased at our cafe events, the largest one being informative and planning type of tools. And then the second behind that would be decision support tools. So, participating in this Esri event, the Ocean Forum, I've had a great time and I've learned a lot, but it's really the technical plenary this morning and this session before this one, it's all Tools Cafe. It's very exciting to see. I'm happy to participate and be a part of this. But the cafe itself is super well received. I'll show you a couple of images. It's really like a zipped up trade show where there's a lot of opportunities for application developers, tool developers to work one-on-one with potential users. So you have an opportunity to interact, and a lot of times the people will use the cafe as a sounding board to work on features or different functionality for tools that they're developing. And then plus just to get the word out. So you can see people have time to sit down and talk with the people that have developed the tools, get some feedback, make offer improvements. The next image I want to show you, this is really what it really looks like, big screen. You can see the gentleman on the left is really working the room because he was able to make it all the way around the room and show up on the right-hand side of the screen by the time I got my camera over there. But it is one of the highlights of our all-hands meeting. And this one actually was from 2019 when Esri sponsored the Tools Cafe. And so if you look really here, let me see, way back over here in the corner. So I'm standing back here with Drew Stevens, who was our Esri partner at this time. And actually Keith, I think he's back in that corner somewhere as well. But they were in attendance at this all-hands meeting. It was a great time. So that was last year. Okay, so now 2020, obviously, 2020 has offered some challenges for everyone. It's just like this forum, we went to a virtual event, and Esri was kind enough to sponsor the virtual event. So this has been an amazing series that DOMA has put on. Each week when we offer this Tool Time with Dave, we have a word from our sponsor. So we've got Esri reps that will show up and demo tools or databases or applications that are related to that week's general topics. For example, the first Tools Time that we did, Keith was actually the Esri rep and provided some examples for some Esri resources, such as actually the topic was sea level rise. So Keith shared with us the indicators, the planet related to sea level rise. He, talked about data layers that Esri has, showcased the NOAA sea level rise inundation models.
shared with the users in the cafe about blogs that Esri hosts, like coastal flooding, rising season, and more flooding, and then showed a couple of story maps related to on coastal flooding. Esri's participation, in this series has been beneficial to the participants who may not be aware of the types of resources available to them on a regional scale. So it's been, wildly successful and very well received. The next couple of slides, I'm going to walk through and just kind of show you some examples of the types of tools that are showcased. My first disclaimer is that I didn't build any of them. I know about a handful of them. I don't know about a lot of them, but I just want to let you know that in that link that you see at the bottom of the screen there, that's the website for our Tool Time series. And in that, you will find a ton of information, the agendas for all of the Tool Times that we've done. We've got a couple of more coming up this month on the 10th and the 17th. We've got recordings for them. There's links to the applications themselves, tools themselves. There's just a lot of information, so I encourage you guys all to jot down that link and hit the site and get some more information there. All right, so let's see here. A couple of decision support type tools that we've highlighted, and some of these have been part of the Tool Time with Dave series. Some of them I've pulled out from previous Tool Times. It was just a wide variety of applications that people have showcased it. And I also want to kind of point out here that you'll see that I've tried to show that it's from all over the Gulf. We've got state agencies, and we've also got our federal partners and our NGOs, and you'll see that when I clear out this series of slides, the different types of support and applications that have been developed. The coastal resilience model up in the upper left-hand corner, sorry, I have to look around, it is an amazing model. Grid C, the one that you're looking at the very in the middle, is actually that's the master research database for Domri. So all of the research that was done after the Deepwater Horizon oil spill is there. That's an amazing application. And that one actually has the data itself. They've done a phenomenal job collecting and archiving and storing and then providing access to the research data that was collected through the Domri effort. I see Blue Value. That is a very nifty tool also developed out of our colleagues and friends in Texas. That's an ecosystem services evaluation tool. The data basin, the hypoxia website and application is very, very heavily used, especially during different types of the year when that hypoxia zone in the Northern Gulf tends to expand. So an excellent opportunity to check those things out. The next, here's some more decision support tools. So down in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see Gulftree. Gulftree is it's a pretty amazing, nifty little tool. It's not unsimilar to what we're doing with the Tools Cafe. However, they've taken it to the next level, and what they've done is they have cataloged and really done a deep dive into about 70 or 80, I think, tools at this time. To where it's a decision support tool, you can sit there and ask them basically, or ask the application, I want to do coastal restoration on oyster habitats, in southern, wherever. And based on your query values, they'll provide an output of potential tools that would support your needs and help you answer your questions. So that's actually a nifty tool right there. Nature Service is a good example of some of our non-profits partners that have helped create tools. That Vista is not a specific tool itself, it's a tool kit. So there's multiple planning tools within that Vista program. You'll see now the one up on the upper right-hand corner, the Marsh Equilibrium model. And that might be very useful to some of our academic partners. And I think actually that was one of our academic partners. You see that's South Carolina. So it's not just limited to the coastal states. We've got a lot of potential partners that are outside of just those 5 northern Gulf states. And I would be remiss if I didn't say something about CPRA's coastal prediction application that they've got out.
The next few slides, we're going to talk about informative and planning type of tools. WaterCat is a very useful tool. It's for the state of Florida, it's water monitoring locations. So for those of you that do water monitoring, Storette is a great system, but it's hard to get information in and out of. That tool has taken it and digested it and provided a spatial component where you can see monitoring locations around the state of Florida. Again, more examples of some informative and planning tools. The last thing I've got is just some links to the website. And again, the tool time link at the bottom left-hand corner. If you want to know any more information about the Gulf of Mexico Alliance, the 6 priority issue teams that we have, please feel free to reach out and connect up to us and connect with us on all of our social media platforms as well. And then that's all I got.